Hi, it's Tim and Shana from Punk Rope, and we're continuing our series of video tutorials on the relationship between jump rope and different aspects of fitness. And today's topic is agility. So what is agility? Well, if Shana starts moving sideways and changes direction, that's a lateral hop followed by another lateral hop. That is an example of agility. Agility is the ability to move and change direction and body position quickly, and I might add fluidly. So where does this come into play? Well, in just about every sport you can think of, whether it's tennis or basketball or wrestling or boxing or football, baseball, you name it. It also comes into play in real life. So we're going to walk you through some jump rope moves that we think can help improve agility. And obviously that's not the only tool that you're going to use. You're going to want to do your chosen sport and put your rope down and do agility drills, but the rope is a useful tool. So starting with, and this is Shana's Go Green classic punk rope, which weighs 4 ounces. Now, there are some assumptions here. One is that you have some level of proficiency with basic jumping, because if you don't, and if you're not able to turn at a relatively brisk pace, which we'd say maybe 150, 160, yeah, so Shana's obviously intentionally missing. If you don't have that level of proficiency, then working on agility with the rope is probably going to be very frustrating. Not to say that you can't or shouldn't do it, but each time you catch the rope on your foot or your ankle, it's going to stop your progress, which by definition is going to stop the agility drill because you won't be changing direction. Okay, so work on your basic bounce, work on your alternating foot step, and then we're going to show you some other steps as well. Okay, so the very first thing, we're going to do a 2-footed jump, and we're going to move forwards and backwards. Now, Shana's not going to move too far, but this will be, well, that's a bell jump, so we're not even going to do the bell jump. We're just going to do a basic 2-footed jump. We're just going to go a few forward. This is a jog, and then jogging back. Jogging forward, jogging back. Jogging forward, and for the last time, jogging back. Okay, so that was your jog step, and when you hit your end range, you're putting it in reverse. So the agility portion of that is how quickly can you decelerate, right? So you're accelerating to head out, and then you stop, and then you decelerate, and the brain is working pretty hard here to tell the body what to do. So let's say that's phase 1. We won't even do the 2-footed bounce because that's probably not that relevant, but the jog step is. All right, now from there, let's do the bell jump, which is what Shana was doing previously. And the white tape, by the way, is just a piece of masking tape that allows Shana and you, the jumper, to have a target to go over and back. So the agility jump is a little more explosive. It's forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Again, change of direction with every revolution of the rope. So as you go forward, we'll do this without the rope, as you go forward, there's a counterbalance that's happening, and that is a backward lean. And then as you go back, the counterbalance is a slight forward lean. And the jump is called the bell because from above it would look somewhat like a church bell ringing. So the bell jump is a simple 2-footed jump, and we would suggest keeping your training bout maybe somewhere in the vicinity of 30 seconds, no more than that. That's still a lot of foot contacts. That's plenty. All right, so that is forward back, and that would be in the sagittal plane. Is that correct? That is correct in fitness speak. All right, now we're going to move to the frontal plane, which is why Shana's facing the camera. And this is a ski jump. So the difference here is we're moving laterally, side to side. With every revolution of the rope, you're changing direction, trying to clear that tape. Now, as before, there's a similar counterbalance happening. When Shana jumps to the right, she leans slightly to the left, and as she jumps left, she leans slightly to the right. The faster you're able to turn and the faster you're able to get your feet off the ground, the more you're going to challenge your agility, side to side. So these are low and soft jumps. We're working agility and quickness. Okay, good. And we're going to show you one more at least, which we call the side slide. Now, in sports conditioning without a rope, typically it would be a shuffle move where the feet stay relatively far apart, and you'll see shuffling in baseball, shortstop, right? Then getting down to get the ball. You'll see it in basketball, playing defense. You'll see it in tennis on the baseline, just moving to get to the ball, and then you would pivot to make your shot, right? There's a forehand. You see it in wrestling, but usually it's a little bit slower because you're engaged with your opponent. But you see it in so many different sports. Well, when you add the rope, keeping your feet far apart doesn't work very well because you're gonna catch. So what Shana's gonna show you is an agility move where you step laterally with one foot and then the other meets it. The rope is going to pass under your feet at the point where the legs are relatively close together. So stepping out and sliding together, stepping out, sliding together, stepping out, sliding together. This is a much more advanced move than the other ones we showed previously, but it's an awesome move. Now
great if you have more space.
I was just going to say, it is great if you have more space. This is a very limited space of, we're looking at 10 feet. That's it. But if you take this outdoors, we would suggest that you go for about 10 yards. 10 yards one way, 10 yards back, or 5 yards is also a reasonable distance. Probably not 50 yards, that would be too much. So that's the side slide. So we looked at the jog forward and back. We looked at the ski jump. Oh, okay. Made Shana turn there. The ski jump side to side. We looked at the bell jump. Awesome, and we looked at the side slide. And those are 4 really nice options to work on your agility, and of course there are many more, and I'm sure you can come up with some of your own. But this will get you started, and so the answer to the question, can jump rope help to improve agility, is a resounding yes. So thank you for joining us. Feel free to give this one a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions, jot them down in the comments below and we'll answer them as soon as we can. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.